The following is a production of cprundown.com. The views and opinions expressed by the host of this podcast are those of the individual and not of any affiliated companies. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rundown on Fun, a weekly podcast covering the Cedar Fair Entertainment Company, the amusement industry, and the business of fun. Here are your hosts, Karsten Anderson, Evan Schultz, and Kyle Hu.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Rundown on Fun, a weekly podcast where we cover Cedar Fair, Cedar Point, and everything to do with fun. And we have quite a few fun topics to talk about.
Wow,
this week.
right off the top of the show.
You know, let's just say how fun this microphone's been.
Yeah, we're recording, like 30 minutes past our planned time because you were dicking around with your microphone?
Yeah, unfortunately, my firmware doesn't want to stay on the microphone, so it doesn't let me use the microphone as it's supposed to be being used as. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, but
there's just so many negative connotations around the show already.
I mean, yeah, well, it's
one of our topics is actually super negative, but it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun, as in our name, right?
Yeah,
really forcing it.
Well, let's just jump right into it. Last week we talked about Winter Chill Out at Cedar Point, the yearly fundraiser for A Kid Again that Cedar Point puts on. It's the behind the scenes off-season tour, and all of the money goes to charity, which is really cool. Even the employees pay for the day. The people that volunteer to be there, they don't actually get paid. They donate their salary to A Kid Again. So it's an awesome foundation and a really good cause. But we learned some more information about that, and I will let Karsten take that over because you probably know the most about it.
Probably Evan does, but no, yeah, absolutely. So Winter Chill Out got announced last week, and I think it was last week. Sorry, and it's going to be February 25th and 26th, so it's going to be 2 days now. But what's going to be different is they're actually going to do a lottery. So what you're going to be able to do is January 9th, right? Through the 12th.
It sounds right, but I don't know.
9th through the 12th.
I should have had this in the show.
I believe, right? That's all good. We're just going on the fly. It's been a real on the fly kind of day. Not going to lie.
It's fine.
The internet. Yeah, let's find it.
There we go. It's Saturday and Sunday, February 25th and 26th. And the lottery is January 9th. Lasting through Friday, January 13th. Open, that's when the thing is. And then sometime the next week is when they'll contact everybody who won. Bam.
Yeah, and I just want to do a little disclaimer that it does actually say a portion of the funds will go to A Kid Again. So I don't know if since it's 2 days now, maybe Cedar Point will possibly use some of that money to actually pay their staff to come in because it's going to be 2 days now.
Or maybe they'll do two different charities.
Or maybe, yeah. So it does say a portion. So, something might go like that. But
yeah, that is a possibility. But traditionally, ever since this has been done, and even way back in the day when it was a Point Buzz event and not a Cedar Point event, all of the money went to charity.
Yeah.
Which I love. Which is why I'm okay spending $60 to do it or whatever it's going to be.
Yeah. Yeah. Still a great cause.
That hasn't been enough.
And, I'm excited about it.
So if you win... We should mention if you win, you could choose Saturday or Sunday, and you can request 4 tickets per group.
Yep.
And definitely. do not, if your sister and your mom and dad are going to go, don't all 4 of you put your names in the hat because that's not going to increase your chances to win, according to Tony. Just one of you, yes, please and thanks.
Yep.
Love Tony.
Right. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm super pumped and excited, and hopefully one of us or we all get picked or whatever, just because it's going to be a good event. I can't wait to see what's going on with Topville Dragster. I can't wait to see, the Midway where, everything's happening over there on the boardwalk and everything. And so, yeah, it's going to be.
I honestly am more excited to see the boardwalk because I honestly don't think we're even going to be allowed near Dragster.
It's possible. That's possible, but maybe they'll put some teasers out, sometimes how they do in the Q&A
there will
stuff.
Be something. There'll be something.
Yeah, I'm really hoping I get to go. It's an awesome event, and for anyone who's listening who's never been, it's used to be a guided tour. The past 2 or 3 years it has not been guided It's just been kind of
I love.
a do-it-your-own pace. But there's some really cool places open, like the sign shop and the ride maintenance buildings and all that stuff. And
there's
then,
also planning and designing.
Yes,
Yeah,
planning and
that's the sign
design.
shop.
There's,
That's so fun. Yeah.
there's a lunch, like an actual catered lunch, and there's normally a Q&A with the park officials. So Tony and whoever the general manager happens to be that year. Normally some of the food teams there, like Chef RJ. So it's a really cool, well-rounded event, and it's something that you truly do never get to see except for that one time a year.
And I was going to say, and plus you can also take pictures in like exclusive like ride areas where it's like underneath like a lift hill like of Millennium Force, or you're in the Mavericks tunnel, like where you launch out.
Just my current.
And I have the pictures of me last year, like shoving my head up through the Valraven first drop. So that's kind of
Yeah, that was a good one too.
Yeah. So I mean, it's cool. Like if you want to check out, things that's going around in the park, and if you want to do these awesome, cool, like limited edition kind of things, whatever, definitely check it out. It's pretty sweet. It's very.
They give you usually a little gift, like a hat or an ornament or. Something.
Yeah, they give you a little bit of swag, and then it's cool because like you can see like if you're, for instance, if you want to see how all the towels or how many towels they dry, or if they.
Oh, the laundry room smells so good.
Or or it's kind of cool that you can actually go to one of I think the landscaping, I can't remember what the shop's called, but you can see like what the new flower art's going to be on the main midway, and you can see past designs and everything. So it's really, really cool. It's really in depth. They do a really good job, and you can spend.
And usually, like if you go in the maintenance shop, a few of the maintenance guys have little like setups, to explain like how the coaster block brakes work or the lighting package on the Ferris wheel. It's always cool. It's always fun.
So it's normally around, tickets have been normally around like $50 or so.
Something like that.
I think they were 65 maybe last year. I can't remember. But the money raised goes to a good cause. So
yeah,
definitely check it out.
A lot of fun.
So yeah, CP Run, or I'm sorry. cedarpoint.com, I think /winter chill out, or if you just Google winter chill out, you can find out a ton more information from the park.
Actually, the majority of the information comes from Tony's blog.
But that's cool. So anyway, on to hey Evan, you want to just jump right into that awesome Christmas video?
Speaking of winter stuff, and Christmas is this weekend, Cedar Point released their yearly Christmas video, which is always a lot of fun, and there's always a couple little teasers that, whether or not they're real or not, they always 2023, 2024, blah 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 blah. It was cute this year. They did a lot more acting, I guess, with it. But also, my favorite part of it was in their little teaser for 2024, they blatantly tried to piss off all the people complaining about the.
Are you talking about the cutout with the? With
the rest,
Chef
RJ. So everybody's been complaining about so much food coming to the park. So what does Cedar Point do? They lean into it.
Yeah.
So they have there's a scene where a few of the park officials are passing the folder down the line, and they're all acting surprised by it. And Tony finally opens it, and a cutout of Chef RJ pops out.
Yeah.
And I really love the park just like laughing at the people complaining about food. It was perfect.
It's good.
Fun video as always.
For sure. I mean, it's a really cool video. If you go on YouTube, search Cedar Point, you'll find their page, and then you can see their recently uploaded video, and you can watch. It's like 3 minutes long. It's really good. Like I have some friends in there, which is cool to see them, and them being dorky and stuff and everything. So
and how could we not mention?
And the star of the show,
Churro, is in it twice.
Churro.
Yeah. It's really well put together, and they've been doing this for a while now. I think the first one was in like 2013, maybe when like Gatekeeper opened, and it used to just be like a couple of the Cedar Point marketing people and the general manager, and maybe a couple people on site. But it seems the past couple of years they've been adding so many more people to it.
It used to be like just them lip syncing to one like some average Christmas song, and it's become such a big production.
Can I just say I'm like super nerdy about it, and I like pause and I look. I like look to see if I see anybody that I know in the video, and then I pause and I look to see if I can see any like spoilers or anything.
There's concept art for Dragster.
Look at that! There's new track over there behind. So it's fun. It's fun.
You are exactly
it definitely
trying to cater to.
it definitely gets you in the Christmas mood or the holiday mood or whatever, So it's definitely everyone always asks.
It's like, oh, Cedar Point.
Yeah, and the mood for that video was definitely very cold in Christmas. Everyone was all bundled up, and there wasn't snow on the ground. But someplace there was snow on the ground was WinterFest this past weekend.
Yeah, I was able to experience riding Mystic Timbers with snow flying. Actually, I posted
a blizzard too.
Yeah, I posted the video. Like it wasn't like sticking per se, but it was coming down at a good clip. And so Lauren and we rode, Mystic Timbers, and we were going up the hill, and I'm like, ooh, this snow is like really starting to come down. And then as soon as we go down that first hill, it was like a monsoon of like snow. And I'm like, whoa. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I wonder if it's actually going to if it's going to be on a ride photo. So we rode, there was a long line. So we rode and stuff and everything. We came back and I'm like, you know what, let's check that ride photo. And we checked the ride photo and literally it looks like Lauren's like holding a piece of snow, cause that's how big one of the flakes were. But you can literally see like the snow in our photo, which was really cool. Who can say they rode an actual coaster while it's like really snowing out? It's not just flurrying, but snowing.
The first year that they brought WinterFest back, I think it was the debut year of Mystic Timbers.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my father went to WinterFest one night where it snowed so much that they ended up closing the park early. But it was one of those weather days where it felt a lot warmer than it was, but it was actively snowing. So I also did Mystic Timbers in the snow a number of years ago, and it's something I don't need to do again.
It was cool.
Not Mystic Timbers. I was able to do Raging Bull in the snow a couple years, 2018 or 19.
In the hell did Raging Bull stay open? I thought B&M's needed like 35 degrees.
We talked about this last week. Six Flags does not care.
I was going to say, I was actually able to ride Millennium Force, believe it or not, before it was like when I was in my childhood with my dad, we were able to ride. It started flurrying. It wasn't like crazy snow, but it started flurrying. And we're like, oh, cool. We get to ride it in the snow, So
yeah,
it was during
actually, come to think of it, the Raging Bull experience, the ride did not open with the park. They finally got it open. And I think we were on like one of the like second or third train. And you guys have both been there. The exit is super long. Yes. By the time we got to the end of the exit, they had shut it back down.
That's funny. Well, I was going to say, there was one time I went to Six Flags Great America that's over in Chicago. And I was asking them because I was like, well, are the rides going to be open? And they're like, oh, yeah. They're like, well, the rides will be open 100%. But the only time we're going to close the rides if there's ice on the track. And I'm like, well, I would hope so.
Same day, Wizard didn't open on time because the ride was fine. The ride was ready to go. They were even testing it, but the platform had so much ice on it that they didn't want the public walking around up there. So
yeah, I think most closing days it snows at Cedar Point too. So like,
yeah, 2020.
Yeah,
that was so funny.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't believe I spent 12 hours in the park that day with Corkscrew, Blue Streak, and Wicked Twister.
I did too.
Kind of operating.
I remember our last ride of the season on Wicked Twister. I think we were all three there. When that was like the only coaster that was open at the time. It was so weird.
Mm-hmm. I ended with Britt on Corkscrew. I don't know how that actually happened, but it was snowing.
Actually, I would say there's been a few rides, but it was really festive, and I was like, "Ooh, Christmas and holiday!" And
I was laughing. We're like, "Well, Cedar Point ever gets a WinterFest, we know what's going to be open."
Yeah, right. Yeah. But that's if it's still around, because Evan, you kind of like, we'll just segue right into that. We'll segue right into that. What next ride from each Cedar Fair park is going to get removed? I think Evan.
Yeah, I think instead of calling this, because we tossed around a couple ideas, instead of calling this Cedar Fair Santa, we should call it Cedar Fair Grinch, because we're not giving things, we're taking away.
There we go.
We're going to run through. Go ahead.
Okay. We had the idea, a month or two ago, of what to do during the off season with this show. And I think it was me, not to toot my own horn, came up with the idea of
I'm not going to lie. Evan, I'm not going to lie. You literally have probably brought this up 6 or 7 times.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I want to do it. So kind of a two-parter. We're going to do this week. We're going to do the Grinch, and we're going to predict which is the next ride or mostly coaster to be removed from each Cedar Fair park. Each of us, quick fire fashion.
Are we doing coasters or a ride?
We could do coaster or ride.
Yeah.
Coaster or ride.
So anything's fair game.
Like Himalaya though.
Yeah.
Just for the fun of the conversation.
Shoot, or you go first. Cedar Point.
Yeah. Well, I want to mention too, though, real quick, that next week or next show we're going to do the happy side of things and predict what the next ride at each park will be to be put in.
So 2024 capital expenditures.
Yeah. Completely predictions, and I feel like this could become a fun tradition every Christmas and New Year's time.
We also, since we have so many to talk about, we're not going to go super in depth on why we picked what we picked. We're just going to rapid fire it.
And if you guys have questions about, I was going to say, if you guys do have questions, if whoever's listening has questions about it, feel free to email us. And then in a future episode, we'll dive deeper.
Yes. We really do want fan questions and stuff like that, please. Anyways, so Cedar Point, corkscrew.
Okay.
And I've gone on about this a few times. Corkscrew.
I could either see that or I could also see Iron Dragon.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. I think I just think, and I'll just real quick, I just think it's getting up there in life. That's all.
Okay. And it's next to Dragster.
Yeah. Kyle, you have anything for Cedar Point?
All right. So mine is not a coaster, but I could see them getting rid of Professor Delbert's Frontier Fling or Ripcord.
Ooh.
Whatever you want to call it. This is its second. Good pick. Yeah. This is its second location. It's not super high in ridership. It's an upcharge and it sits on very valuable land.
That's a big chunk of land that they're sitting on.
Yeah, I like that. And like nobody would be upset to see that go.
Mm-hmm.
And please, if you are, go vote with your feet, please.
I mean, I kind of would, but I mean, that's probably why.
You got to remind you how afraid you were.
Let's not talk about that.
That was a fun day. All right,
Carson.
Canada's Wonderland.
No, yeah. Carson didn't say Cedar Point yet, did he?
Oh yeah, I did. Yep, I said Iron Dragon.
Oh, you did. All right.
Yeah. I know it's shocking.
Yes, Canada's Wonderland.
Canada's Wonderland.
I don't know anything about this park, so you guys go first.
I'm gonna say Top Gun.
Is that the SLC?
No, Top Gun is their inverted like Iron Dragon.
Yeah.
No, that's Vortex. They changed names.
Is that Vortex? Oh, my bad. I'm gonna change it then from Top Gun to Vortex.
Sorry.
Okay. Flight Deck.
That is my single worst coaster experience, but that is not the one that I think is going to go.
Okay.
Which one?
Mighty. Okay. I know we said that we're not going to explain these, but I feel this one's owed a little explanation. Mighty Canadian Mindbuster.
Okay, which wooden coaster is that?
That is the out and back that meanders along the water park.
Okay.
I could see that.
I know.
What do you think? The Grizzly.
Well, I know that.
Is that Wildebeest?
Yes.
Okay.
Evan, I know you haven't been to Canada's Wonderland, but they're one of the parks where their water park almost does better than the dry park. Mighty Canadian Mindbuster sits on very valuable water park real estate, and it is rough as hell.
Okay. Yep. All right. I agree with you. I don't like the stupid idea of having an SLC, but yeah, I'd keep that and get rid of the wooden coaster. Okay.
Nice.
I also have not been to Knott's Berry Farm, but that's what we're doing next.
All right, Knott's Berry Farm.
I've got Accelerator as mine, but
yeah, me too.
I don't know. I think they're gonna keep plugging that one along.
I mean, they just painted it, but who knows? Yeah, no,
they painted it while it was closed for the dragster incident.
Yeah.
Right.
They started that before. I
thought it was done and opened, and then I heard that it was just like shut down for a while.
Actually, no, they didn't start it before. I wrote it in January of this year, and it had just finished getting repainted.
Wow.
Oh, okay. So it has operated since the dragster incident.
Yeah, I wrote it this January.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
Also, for whatever reason, I don't remember this being there, but I'm on their website right now, and it is Accelerator the Ride. That's the official name.
Okay, Six Flags.
Interesting. All right, moving on.
Well, I'm still sticking with Accelerate. No, Kyle didn't say actually.
Yeah, I didn't say anything here yet. I am going to say, and this is all speculation based on if Cedar Point's Wild Mouse does good. I think they're gonna scrap their Wild Mouse to get a new one. I think they call it Coast Rider. Because
interesting.
Coast Rider is an ugly roller coaster in a very pretty section of that park.
Really? Isn't that a newer ride too?
I don't know if it's new or not. I truthfully, I don't know.
Didn't they do something weird with it? Like the restraints are super
newer.
strange, and it doesn't really operate how they intended it to operate. Like something weird like that.
I don't know. Maybe they did. I just know that it's in like the new boardwalk section of the park, and it's not good.
Okay.
Does it have a line normally? Not really.
I can't tell you that because I've never been to Knott's on a day where they're busy.
Oh,
I've always heard that park is absurdly busy. That's interesting.
Both times I've gone have been mid-January.
Oh, well, there you go.
That's a perfect time to visit, evidently.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Next one. California's A Great Adventure. Or, I'm sorry, Great America.
Yeah.
I'm going to say
besides,
everything.
Yeah, besides the whole park.
Away.
Well, I was leaning more towards, like, what's the first to go? And I think we probably covered this in that particular show months ago, but I was thinking Grizzly.
Yeah, I'm saying everything, so.
I have another strategic one here.
Okay.
They call it Berserker. It is the what's it called? Bayern Curve. Yeah. Bayern Curve and the Bayern whatever they call it, Berserker is going to get relocated to the new boardwalk at Cedar Point.
Oh, please.
Ooh.
Please. Oh,
wow.
Please, Tony, work your magic if you're listening to this, or whoever is listening to this in the park. Somebody.
Nobody.
You will have the happiest person on the planet in Kyle, and then the second happiest in me.
Then I just think everything's going to close. So.
Doom and gloom.
All right. Next is Michigan's Adventure.
The paddle boats? I don't know.
I'm actually going to say Thunderhawk.
Ooh.
Yeah.
SLC.
Yeah.
It is old.
It's old. It's from Jogga Lake, and I think it's time because it doesn't.
I just want to throw out there.
Have
We
the
have
new trains.
Yeah. Ooh, that's true. I wrote it. When did I write it? 2021. It wasn't terrible.
I'll write it. I mean, I'll write it just because, like, I'll be like, oh, cool, just to get another ride for the day. But like, it doesn't, it bangs your head, your ears come off like all red, like fire engine red.
That's why I said flight deck.
I don't know. That's one of the smoother rides in the park, though.
Well, yeah.
I'm sorry. Not smoother rides in the park. That is one of the smoother SLCs.
Okay.
Yeah, it is, but it still sucks.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of SLCs that I'm a big fan of, unfortunately.
The one at Maury's Piers is really good.
My theme of the day is strategic here, so we are getting rid of Loggers Run, which is their old flume, because it sits right next to the water park, and we're replacing it with a new Cedar Fair slide tower, like that same one that they've copy and pasted.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
Is this the log flume or the Snake River Falls?
It is the log. They have a log flume called Loggers Run.
You shut your mouth. No one's getting rid of any log flumes.
I'm just saying.
Please never get rid of it.
If you guys know where that ride sits, it is right on the edge of the dry and water park.
Yeah.
God, I must have been out in La La Land because I honestly have zero recollection of where that ride was.
It's been a while since I've been out there.
I didn't even know you've ever been there.
Yeah. All right, next on the list is going to be Worlds of Fun. Kyle? Evan?
Yeah, sure. Kyle, go.
Worlds of Fun, I'm not super familiar with. I've only been there once. So I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that... Oh, this is a hard one. I don't know. I want to say they're Wild Mouse because I think those rides are expendable.
See, but that one's a bigger spinning one.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't care. That's my answer.
I had a trouble finding a coaster for this park too, but maybe the Boomerang because it's next to the new coaster, and that's valuable land now. Or they have a Witch's Wheel, and I feel like those are going away.
I was looking on their website, and I think Cosmic Coaster, which is like a kiddie coaster, it's like a little teeny tiny kiddie coaster that is not really branded. It's not really anything, but it opened in 1993, and I'm sorry, little kids, but I think it could possibly see the axe, and maybe a family attraction could possibly go there, or
coaster gets the axe,
or yeah, right, or a more modern and more bigger kind of coaster for kids there, like a Woodstock Express kind of, or something like that. So,
are you sure that they have a boomerang?
Yeah, it's called Boomerang.
I don't see it on the website.
It is called it is called Boomerang.
Is it just not listed on the website?
It's
Look
there.
it up on RCDB.
Am I on the
It's
right?
there.
I'm on. Under what?
It's under worldsofun.com/rides-experience/boomerang. Anyway,
it's there. I promise.
Okay, I see it. Now. I see it.
That's
Yeah.
Kyle.
Okay, because I'm doing the filters here. It's filtered under roller coaster, but they don't have a drop down for roller coaster. They have thrill, family, and kids.
Oh my god, interesting.
Kyle,
so
you
somebody needs to work
right?
on their website.
Yeah, I said the Wild Mouse because I didn't have a better answer.
All right.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Next up is Dorney Park.
Dorney Park.
I've got one. If no one else has one.
All right, go.
You go ahead.
Everyone's gonna hate me.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Please don't hate me. Don't send me. Whatever. You guys can send me all kinds of messages and hate on me or whatever. I'm going to say, and it hurts me. It hurts me to say this. It really, really does.
I'm mad at you
it's
for
one of my
even putting
favorite
this in the
rides.
universe.
Demon Drop.
Anyways, moving on.
Yeah.
I don't even want to think about it.
I'll just say really quick. Every time I go there's no line. No line for that ride. There's no line. So, yeah.
I love that ride so much.
I know.
I feel like they might keep it simply because of people like us. Because Dorney doesn't really have a fan base anyways. They have a fan base for the water park.
Maybe.
So, like, okay,
I don't know.
Truth be told, how often have you gone to Dorney and waited in line for anything?
Oh, I've waited for like a few things.
The last time me and Carson were at that park together, it was busy.
Yeah.
Really? Well, good. I'm glad, but
I think we always visit parks on Saturdays, Kyle. I think that's our problem.
Probably.
So I was thinking, because it's been closed the last couple of times I've been there, and I'm honestly surprised it's even still there, the Meteor ride that sits underneath their Snake River Falls and next to Hydra, if you guys have been to Kennywood, it's the same ride as Aero 360. That's my vote. Doesn't give them any strategic advantage. It's just, it's never open, or it's a pain to run, and it sucks.
Yeah. Kyle?
All right. Dorney Park is getting rid of their, I don't know what they call it, but it's their pendulum swing ride. Anybody know what they call it? Revolution. Revolution. That's the name of it. So
the claw, yes, the inward facing.
Yes,
yeah, okay.
They're getting rid of Revolution, and since Zamperla now has a good relationship with Cedar Fair, they're getting a giant frisbee.
Ooh.
Oh, please.
Okay.
Please. Wait, that's supposed to be your Santa's giving.
Oh my God,
episode.
I've been doing that, haven't I? All right, well, I'll come up.
I'll
come up with different stuff.
You didn't say the actual rides or anything.
All right.
Except that one. So you're okay.
All right.
I like that though. That's a good one.
What's next?
Next one up, I believe, is Valley Fair.
Okay,
right.
I got you guys on this one.
Have you
the whole damn park?
Have you been to this park?
This is the next CGA. I have.
Oh, you think so?
Because this, I wouldn't actually put money on it, but California's Great America got rid of Haunt for Tricks or Treats Fall Fest or whatever they called it.
Yeah.
Valley Fair got rid of Haunt for that same event. So I feel like Cedar Fair has the same feelings about Valley Fair that they do about Great America. And I also just couldn't think of a better ride to get rid of. So
I could see them getting rid of Corkscrew.
I wanted to start some conversation.
Their version of Corkscrew.
Yeah, I could see that too.
That's my
Realistically,
guess.
I don't think Valley Fair's closing, but
I mean, it looks like, I've never been to Valley Fair, but yeah, I mean, it's Corkscrew. But I mean, if they get rid of Valley Fair, then are they going to still be called Cedar Fair? Because
true. I don't care. How many people actually? They're not getting rid of Valley Fair. I just want to start some controversy.
It'll be
like, wow, yeah, right. Yeah,
Cedar
send
Island.
all of your hate mail to Evan. I will give you his address and his mother's address as well.
Isn't there somebody that rides Renegade like over and over and over again?
Yes.
He's gonna come kill me.
Yeah. We'll be on the lookout.
You'll have to forgive me for this one because Valley Fair is the only Cedar Fair park I've not been to.
Yeah.
So I don't know it super well, but off the top of my head, we're getting rid of the what's it called? The Wicked Twister clone. Steel Venom. We're getting rid of that.
Okay. That's old. Yeah. I think most of Wicked Twister's parts went to Dorney too, so.
Yeah.
Like I had heard that somewhere. Not that you can rely on what people say, but.
Right.
All right, now we're getting back into the big boys.
Next up is King's Dominion.
I have a good one for this one.
Go for it.
Flight of Fear.
No, that's one of their most popular rides.
Okay,
It is very
really
popular.
quick. Yes, but they have Jungle X now, and if you look at their park map, I-305, Backlot, and Flight of Fear are all part of Jungle Expedition for some reason, even though their theme doesn't really match. I feel, and it sits next to the empty volcano land. So I feel like in redoing Backlot to something crazy and retheming I-305 and putting in something new where Volcano was, they might also rip out Flight of Fear, send the parts to Kings Island, and use that whole area for something giant.
Okay.
Interesting.
Again, I'm not saying any of this is fact. This is more what I'm dreaming than anything.
You're dreaming of having that close. Awesome. Cool.
Yes.
Never hanging out with you again.
I don't like the Kings Dominion one. The Kings Island one's better for some
I
reason.
agree. That one's a little funky.
Little
Kyle,
rougher.
you have one?
Yeah, good. I know they just repainted it, and I know they just renamed it, but goodbye Reptilian, the bobsled.
That was my pick.
Pick something else, or we can agree on the same one.
No. I had a few, but go for it.
Now, is that because Volcano is right next to it and it's land for another ride?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Oh, but I love that ride.
I could see them. This might be unpopular choice, but I could see them getting rid of Backlot stunt coaster. Backlot stunt coaster.
That was my backup. It's not very good at King's Dominion. I've been on all three, and I think the best one's at Canada's Wonderland. But you can fight me on that one.
My pipe dream is that they're gonna make Backlot fit with Jungle X and retheme it to like off-road Jeeps.
Ooh. Okay.
I think I've said that before, but that's my.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
So. All right, Carowinds.
Oh.
I feel like all three of us are probably gonna have one of two different answers. I think.
All right. Well, one of you go first. I gotta look.
Evan, you go.
Vortex.
Is that the stand-up?
The stand-up.
What is Vortex? Oh, that is their stand-up. That is right. Yeah.
That ride's so bad.
Not a big fan. What about I'd be like, hey, they're getting rid of Afterburn. Everyone would come out with pitchforks.
Kings Island's getting rid of Orion.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no. Man, I don't know. They've got a solid lineup, but I think if anything, it might be Hurler, just because I feel like that might be like they might get rid of it or like revamp it with like an RMC-ish kind of thing or GCI.
You see them RMCing it because it's so close to King's Dominion.
Yeah, they don't want to steal that thunder, but I could see. Sadly, I can see that one going. Or, another one could possibly be Nighthawk.
That was mine.
They just replaced the control system on it, so I don't think that's
a lot of money too.
Yeah.
Well,
and Firehawk's trains went there.
I don't care. I'm saying that anyway. I will help them take it down, much like
I hate that ride so much.
Much like Anaconda at King's Dominion, I will move over to Virginia for a month and help them rip it out.
Free of charge too.
Free of charge.
Yeah, right.
I hate that ride so much. I was so upset when it opened this year. I was so hoping
it's fun. I mean, it's real like meh. But like, so if anybody doesn't know what it is, it's actually like it's an old like flying coaster where like you literally,
I believe,
you lay on your back and then it takes you all the way up the hill on your back, and then as soon as you go up on the lift hill, you flip around and you're literally like riding on your belly, and you feel like you're gonna like almost fly out, but obviously you're not. But
and it's rough.
Yeah, it's an old Vekoma flying coaster. I believe they called it like the Flying Dutchman or something like that.
Yeah, Flying Dutchman.
Yeah. Although what's cool with that coaster is I love the loop. The loop
I was gonna say.
with the crazy G that you like, wow,
If
pass
you
out
sit
for
in the
just
back
a
row
second.
or
Yeah.
lay in the back row,
Yeah.
it's crazy fun, that loop. But the rest of the ride is terrible. And then you sit on the brake run for like 10 minutes and laying on your back in the Carolina heat. Please get rid of it.
I have Manta in my backyard. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I don't blame
Right.
you. I'll take the Superman clones over that.
Nice. All right. Well, looks like we're at the end of the list, so it's going to be Kings Island.
One of my favorite Cedar Fair parks, if not my favorite.
My favorite.
My favorite.
I love
Pretty
Kings Island
close.
so much.
I haven't called it yet my favorite, but it's very like.
I love Kings Island so much. Sorry, Cedar Point. We're only CP rundown because we live in Northern Ohio. You were a childhood move to Cincinnati away from starting KI rundown.
Yep.
I mean,
Northern Ohio and Southern Orlando.
Yeah, right. Southern Orlando rundown. Anyway.
Anywho,
Evan or Kyle, you want to go first?
Do
you guys have any?
I have a few
I do.
backups, so yeah, you guys can go first.
So I feel like a lot of my picks, especially this one, will make more sense after our next show when I explain what they're going to do next. But I'm going with Vertigo.
Okay.
That's kind of a easy give
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot better than the one that I was going to pick. I was actually going to pick a lot of the kids area. No. I was actually going to pick a lot of the kids area, like some of the smaller rides. I feel like some of those smaller rides could possibly like go away, and they could
Maybe
possibly
do like
make
what Carowinds doing. Nope. That's next week.
they could possibly redo the kids area once again and have some more modern, I guess, kids rides.
Yeah.
Maybe do and obviously I'm probably stealing this from you, Kyle, I'm sorry, but Boo Blasters.
Nope, wasn't mine.
Okay, I was gonna say that as well. Like they could get rid of that and I'm not saying get rid of the building, but I'm saying
Renovate.
like and completely redo everything as well.
Yeah.
And just make it more, because it feels like when I walk into that section of the park, I still feel like there's Blue's Clues and Nickelodeon and things like that in that area.
It's
I know there's
dated
not,
too.
but yeah. So I mean, it's a really clean, really nice.
And like
that's
Kyle
what
was
I'm thinking.
saying, Cedar Fair's new relationship with Zamperla.
Right. So they can get like 50 rides for all their parks and spread them all around. So
Yeah.
But all right, Kyle, what do you got?
I would like to see Woodstock Express bite the dust.
Oh, that's such a fun little ride.
And that is only because, yeah, I know this is next week's episode, but I would like to see a mini gravity group go in there, like Kentucky Flyer.
Okay. Yep. Rip it out. Yeah.
Rip
Kentucky
it out.
Flyer is a fun ride.
Yeah. I don't. Who cares about the kids? Let's just do it.
No, those like
The
Kentucky
same height
Flyer
requirement for
or
Kentucky Flyer is the one for.
or what's the other one?
That would
Like
be.
Rorosaurus, I think. In
I don't know though. I love riding that ride and getting up real close to that camera.
And Wooden Warrior, Quasi.
Yeah, well, like one of those.
Those
Not
are
a
fun rides.
not a giant wooden coaster, but
Yeah.
Kings Island, like it or not, has like the wooden coaster crown at the moment, and
Yeah.
that would be a really good addition to their lineup.
That'd be kind of cool,
Why not?
right?
I like it.
For sure.
All right.
Well, that was kind of all we had planned this week. I know that we said that if we did get to record this week, it'd be shorter, and it was. I have packing to do. Everybody's crazy busy. It's Christmas this week,
Mm-hmm.
so we just wanted to get on and keep the feed active.
Yep, for
And
sure.
now we will see you after Christmas, right?
We will see you possibly maybe after Christmas, and if not, definitely into the new year.
Yeah.
I mean,
First
let's
week of the
see,
new year at the very least.
we like to do these Wednesday or Thursday, so if we did this next week, it would still be 2022, So maybe we can squeak one more out before the end of the year, but probably not.
Yeah,
it just depends.
It'll be first week of January, and that's fine. Okay with every other week because it's the off season.
I will also probably have to be in Tampa all of next week for work-related endeavors, so I doubt I take my podcasting gear with me.
So you're saying you're going to ride a lot of roller coasters when it's cold outside here, huh?
I am.
Fair.
There's a chance I have to go to Tampa next week just to help out with some staffing stuff. So if I do, I'm just going to stay there for the week, and I'll probably hit Busch Gardens a lot.
Just ride the crap out of Iron Gwazi.
Yeah.
Right. There you go. But well, yeah. But real quick, we totally just didn't jump it, or we jumped all around, and we didn't. I could talk, but WinterFest was awesome. I know we like literally went off the one side, but WinterFest is awesome. So if you have a chance,
you rode coasters in the snow, but we didn't talk about WinterFest.
I know, right? No, there wasn't a whole lot to talk about. I mean, the food was extremely good. WinterFest was really fun. Make sure you get down there before the end of the year to go to Kings Island. Don't go this Friday, I think.
Yeah,
and
that was going to be.
They might be closed because
that was going to be the day I was going to go. I'm pissed.
And snow.
Oh,
yeah.
Boo.
But yeah, definitely, tickets aren't super expensive. There's tons of lights. I do want to make a disclaimer that the new the lights on top of the Eiffel Tower, I can 100% confirm that the lights, the ball lights that make up the tower of the Christmas tree are brand new. They're really cool.
Yeah, and they look really good.
They look really good. Everything's lit up and everything. There's no like dead strands, and there's some new graphics that show up on there too, which is kind of cool. If you want to check out and see, like, there's a 13-minute video that we uploaded on our Facebook page. Feel free to watch that, and you can listen to the midway, and you can listen to people walking around, and you can also, I was really close to a speaker, and so you can listen to Christmas music. So
yeah, and if anybody goes this year, send us pictures, because like I just said, the night that I was planning on going got snowed out, so I'm not going to get to make it this year.
I've got to live vicariously through you all while he enjoys Iron Gwazi in the 80-degree weather.
Yeah, right. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not that upset about it, but it's a bummer.
You're like, darn.
Yeah, no, it's a bummer.
Iron Gwazi in 2 weeks. Whatever.
WinterFest is such a good time.
Yes,
it really is.
Yeah, it's like over 5 million lights. Like, it's definitely worth it. So, definitely check it out. Like I said, if anybody has time or gets tickets for Christmas or for Hanukkah or whatever, So.
All right. Well, let's get the music rolling here.
Yeah. So, thanks for listening to us. Hope you guys have a good Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. We'll try to squeak one more out, but if we don't, we will see you in the new year. And the new year means a new season just around the corner. So be sure to tune in every week or whenever we put these out. That's all I got.
Yep. Good night. Merry Christmas.
All right.
I don't know. You guys hit it on the head.
Yeah. Hope to talk to you all next week. Have a great night. And that's it. Take it away, Mr. Announcer.
Thank you for listening to the Rundown on Fun. Be sure to follow us on social media to stay up to date on all things Cedar Fair. As always, be kind to your ride operators, and we will see you on the Midway. Good night.